Disciples Advocate Digest. I'm Chris Dorsey here with Brian Frederick Gray, and we
Check
are,
out the new digs in the recording space, Chris.
I'm here in Disciples Home Mission Studios, and we're trying to up our game a little bit and make it a little bit more professional.
Yeah, maybe next week I'll join you there in the studio. That looks
I think
incredible.
that would be great. We'd love that. Well, Brian, we have some pretty important topics to cover today, and the first one is actually pretty serious and really quite devastating. So let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, in the course of a single week, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, as we know them, was involved in the deadly shootings of two people during violently executed vehicular stops. As enforcement continues escalating nationwide, people of faith are left wondering how many more valued neighbors, friends, family members in our communities will be torn away from those that they love.
On July 7th in Houston, Texas, ICE shot and killed Lorenzo Salgado Arujo, a father from Mexico who was on his way to work. Now, he was not the intended target of the operation. On July 13th in Biddeford, Maine, ICE also shot and killed Johann Sebastian, who is a 25-year-old husband and father from Colombia. Media reports assert that he was also not the intended target of the ICE enforcement operation.
These preventable tragedies bring the number of ICE involved shootings to 23 since January of 2025. Meanwhile, this past year was also the deadliest year ever for ICE detention centers.
As people of faith, we believe that human life is sacred and that dignity is a gift from God. When fathers are torn from their children, this demands a full accounting, a fair and transparent investigation, justice and closure for the grieving families and communities, and a recommitment to transform injustice to justice, violence to peace, and security for all.
The Interfaith Immigration Coalition just released a toolkit to help people talk about these issues and to take action. It's called the Multi-Faith Guide to Responding to Deadly ICE Enforcement. And here's how helpful this guide can be for us. Truth be told, everything that Chris and I just shared comes word for word from the messaging guidance in that toolkit. If you are struggling to find words right now, the toolkit is here to help.
The toolkit invites us to use our voices and our actions to make a difference right now. That's important to us at Disciples Advocate. We talk all the time about using our voices and our actions to meet the moment.
You are going to get that messaging guidance along with step-by-step instructions for holding a vigil in your community. Shout out to First Christian Church in Fullerton, who just did this last week. Plus, you're going to get links to public witness statements from partners who are in this work with us. For faith leaders, there is an invitation to a sign-on letter for faith leaders going to Congress. For churches and ministry partners, there's a faith organization sign-on letter for you to share with Congress as well. And there is an entire social media portion of the toolkit that's going to help us to amplify this work and spread the
The
word.
entire toolkit is also available in Spanish.
Mhm. Yes.
They can use the same links and jump directly to page 4 to find all of the resources in Spanish.
We're also going to make sure that we are sharing the link to the statement that came out earlier this week from General Minister and President Terri Hord Owens regarding the killings of Lorenzo Salgado Arujo and Johann Sebastian. We are grateful for everyone who is speaking out and taking a stand against these injustices.
And we're just prayerful and hopeful that that what we do will finally make a difference and curb some of this violence.
Amen. May it be so.
All right, Brian, we're going to move on to our second topic. Brian, I know you and Lori Pound Fail are the co-facilitators for Disciples Justice Ministry Cohort Group. And you were telling me about an invitation that was shared at the monthly meeting just earlier this week. You want to talk
Yeah.
about that?
The Reverend Dr. Gia Starr Brown is a member of the Disciples Justice Ministries group, and she is also a part of the planning team for the National Convergence for Democracy that's being organized by March Minnesota in partnership with Tending the Soil. The event's going to be in the Twin Cities on August 21st through 23rd.
And March is the same faith-based community organizing collective that hosted the events in the Twin Cities back in January as a response to ICE's increased presence there for Operation Metro Surge.
Sorry.
Their name is actually an acronym. So March stands for Multi-Faith anti-racism, change, and healing. This is a model for effective and faith-based organizing work, and we just want to lift up and support it.
So grateful to March. This National Convergence for Democracy is designed to bring together community, grassroots, and frontline organizers, along with faith leaders from all over the country who are seeking to skill share, to coordinate efforts to defend democracy right here in the United States.
And of course, voting rights and voter education is a core commitment for us here at Disciples Advocate and at DHM as a whole, which means bringing people together to defend democracy is something that we will always encourage.
The event is being organized with four streams, and there is the faith organizing stream, obviously, but also labor and worker organizing, community organizing with mass mobilization, and a rapid response stream with an emphasis on mutual aid. And if that sounds intersectional to you, it's because it is. Attendees can join all or part of any of the streams, and there will be time outside of the planned programming for folks to continue to gather, to dream, to organize so we can get to work.
Brian, how do people learn more and how do they register to be a part of the convergence?
So visit marchminnesota.org/convergence-faith. We've got the link here for you. That is the landing page that's going to give you all of the general information. But then there are two separate links there, the learn more about the convergence page, as well as the register for the convergence page. More information. By the way, the registration works on a sliding fee scale that includes a free or pay what you can option that is intended for working class folks or for unpaid organizers. We want this to be as broad a coalition as we can.
So there's no excuse not to participate. There's no excuse not to learn more about it. There's no excuse not to register.
Amen.
Speaking of democracy, there is another upcoming event that we also want people to know about. Our friends at the United Church of Christ, UCC, and their Creation Justice team are hosting a webinar in August, on August 12th, titled, Can Advocacy and Congress Still Accomplish Anything? Big question. I'm hoping the answer is yes, Brian.
The answer is certainly yes, but I do appreciate the framing of the webinar. Chris, I get some version of this question all the time. Folks are frustrated. They see the gridlock in Congress. They rightfully feel like our institutions are not working like they should, and they're certainly not working to address the most important justice issues that we are facing.
And I know it personally. It's easy for this kind of frustration to transform us into inaction and disempowerment, but we cannot let it get us down. We
That's right.
cannot let it stop us from moving forward. This is where we want to echo back to our commitments as disciples advocates to use our voices and actions to promote greater justice and mercy in the world. And when you feel the frustration, the lack of momentum setting in, use this as a cue to double down on our efforts to make a difference.
And this is where the webinar from the UCC is going to help us to build those connections, to build that resiliency, and to keep up the good work. Sam Daly Harris is going to be leading that session.
Now, he's the founder of Results, right? The advocacy group that is working to end poverty and global malnutrition.
Yes, yeah, that is him. Renowned advocate. He's the author of Reclaiming Our Democracy. He's going to be sharing real stories of success as well as practical tools for people of faith who want to see our values reflected in our national policies. It's going to be a time to renew our hope, to renew our commitments, and to develop some new skills along the way.
And we're sharing the link here on the screen and below in the comments section. We hope that you can make it to the webinar. But I do want to say one more thing. I know next week we're going to be highlighting a lot of stuff about Disciples Mission Week. You can go to disciplesmissionweek.org to learn about all the ways in which congregations and disciples all over the country are engaging in webinars, volunteering, and worship. So stay tuned. More information to come about Disciples Mission Week.
Amen. So many exciting things, so many ways for people to get engaged and involved. Let's keep using our voices and our actions to make a difference in this world.
I'm Chris Dorsey from Disciples Home Mission Studios in Indianapolis, and we'll see you all next time.